Hello everyone, and welcome to Fishing with Chaz. You ever bought a backpack and you're like, it's got hip straps, but no chest strap, and you're wanting to add one? Well, this pack doesn't have one of the easy to add on with the webbing, the MOLLE webbing. Well, I'm going to show you how to take this plain backpack and add a sternum strap from taking simple ones like this, where they have the loops that you can take and go and add to it. But instead of just going and putting these on here and showing you how to tighten them, I'm going to show you guys how to take it if you happen to have a sewing machine and be able to sew this thing on here, so that way it's not like up and down and all around and then you're looking for it later. Because I bought a fishing backpack and it doesn't have the chest strap, and I want a chest strap. So I'm going to try and go over some of the settings I use. Go from no chest straps to having an adjustable chest strap that stays in place, and you'll be a lot happier and comfier carrying your fishing gear wherever you want to go fish. Alright, so for starters, for trying to take it and go and set up your sewing machine correctly, first make sure your sewing machine can handle this one. Mine can. It's a Singer Confidence. Settings. I have a whole bunch of settings here. Alright, there you go, you can see it. So I'm just doing a straight stitch. None of these other buttons matter. I'm going to do a straight stitch, and I'm going to take it and go and run about 6 on the spacing, because I'm using just regular thread that you can pick up from like Walmart, from their sewing section. Yeah, I picked black because I have black straps, so the stitching blends right in. This one I already did, and I decided I was going to take it and go and do a short video because nobody else has a video explaining how to do this, and I'm just like, they show how to do the MOLLE webbing, they show how to do the other stuff, and I'm just like, okay, for the rest of us that know how to sew and want to do this, I'll show you how. So let's go. Okay, so first up, before we take it and go and sew it onto there, we're going to figure out where on our backpack we want our chest strap. So we're going to take it and go and put our backpack on, put the loops on the chest strap, and slide it up and down and see about where we want it. Mark those. You can use your mind or a marker and mark it. I marked mine, and it ended up just being right above the buckle, which I was surprised at. I thought it was going to be higher up here by the D-ring, but it's not. The D-ring, for some reason on this backpack, is really high on me. So I marked it off the bottom, and I did it about 1 inch above where the other one is. Then I just stitched a square on there, and I ran it back and forth about 3 times with the stitching. And then I went and put the buckle on and locked it in. So that's all nice and clean up here. Okay, side note for this one real quick. When you have your strap, this buckle right here, you're going to want to keep this on the strap right here that slides back and forth. So you're not going to want to take it off. This is going to get permanently stitched basically onto the strap, where it's going to be to the left of where you're stitching. So if this is your strap and it's going to go on here like this, you're going to want the buckle on the inside of your strap. And let's see when it goes on here. So before you sew this on, figure out which side is the inside. I almost sewed it on backwards. Have it pointed the way you wanted it. It's going to be on the inside, so when you buckle it back together, it's going across your strap, not around you. I almost goofed that up. You're going to take it and go and put this on here. Make sure this is on to the inside of your strap, so when you get done stitching just a single layer of this, you can loop this back over and then kind of tighten it down. So if you need to adjust this just a little bit, you can. All right, so some of you are going to wonder how this is going to fit under this, because it doesn't really fit unless you try and like kind of force it. So you're going to pick it up as high as it can, hold it up, and kind of work it back and forth until you get it in position. And then after that's in position, you're going to grab your strap, and you're going to make sure you hold it the correct direction. And then you're going to pick your foot back up, the foot being the little piece that the needle goes down through. And you're going to slide that underneath there very carefully and try and line up where you want it to be. And then before beginning stitching, make sure it's lined up in the exact same spot as it is on the other side. Otherwise, after you stitch it on there, it's going to not be level side to side. And it's going to feel really funny. So, even though this piece is loose, flip it in the downward position. Put both hands on here, and you're going to slowly press on your foot pedal to have it go forward. So then after it sews all the way across, put it in reverse, go back in the same spot that you stitched, and then run it back over one more time, and then back it up. Alright, between passes, I'm going to pick this up and then cut some of the strings out from underneath it. You're going to repeat this process until it makes a full square, and then it's going to sit perfectly flat on here, and then if you take it and you tug on it or happen to have it fall down, it shouldn't rip off. Alright, when you get done sewing this, you should nice square, and then you can trim up the back side, and it'll also have a square back here where it's sewed, and then you're all good to go. And then all you have to do is go and fold this across. You're going to run this up through the buckle and then through the other side, and then if you wanted to lock your strap in, you're going to run it back through the first part of the buckle right here, and then it's fully locked down. I would say that this would kind of extend this inner out a little bit, but alright, to wrap up, here's the chest strap I just installed, and it shows that it fits on there. So now it keeps some of the weight up off my shoulders because it pulls it together and then allows it to load more on the hips. And if you want more of it on the hips, you just adjust your shoulder strap so it lets it out some. And then it has more weight that sits on there, so instead of your weight just sitting up here on your shoulders, you can take it and go and you adjust the shoulder straps so they're a little bit more loose. And this keeps it a little bit more pulled together, so if you have more weight, it kind of helps balance things out. And yeah, there's the video. And so yeah, here's the chest straps. And I didn't do the waist strap. The hip straps came with this pack. And yeah, so that's how you take it and go and add a sternum strap with a sewing machine onto your pack. And then you don't just have the sternum strap drifting up and down when you take the pack off and you're like, oh, I had it where I wanted it before and then it fell down. Now, if you take it off, you can go like this. You can shake it all over. And as you can see, the shoulder straps haven't moved at all. They don't fall down and they stay in the exact same spot. So when you go to throw it back on, they're already right where you wanted them. On your chest, on the middle of your sternum, where you wanted it so you can pick it up. And then you can throw your hip straps on whenever you want. And yeah, so thanks for joining me with Fishing with Chaz. And hope I was able to teach you guys or help you out on how to be able to add the sternum strap. And yeah, stay tuned for more interesting content. I'm going to do a review on this pack actually. I'm going to do a review on it later on what I think on it, other than just no sternum strap. It's a pretty awesome pack. So stay tuned for that one. And yeah, this is Fishing with Chaz on how to sew a sternum strap to your fishing backpack. Thank you. Like and subscribe. And thank you. And stay fishy.